What's up, Melanated family? This is your boy Harrison from MelanatedFathers.com and Melanated Fathers TV, bringing you the latest news as it pertains to our community. New England Patriots wide receiver Antonio Brown is being accused of rape by his former personal trainer and a former gymnast named Britney Taylor. Now, Taylor, who is 28 years old, says her and Brown's relationship goes back to their college days when they met at Bible study of all places. In 2017, she says they reconnected when Brown reached out to her to help him train for the upcoming football season. Now, things get a little fishy here to me when she kind of breaks down exactly how all of the sexual assaults and rape charges took place. Now, keep in mind, it's important to note that raping a woman, forcing yourself upon a woman, any man, we're all aware that that's some foul shit, and no man should do that at all, right? But in this new Me Too era, in this new era where women can accuse men of doing foul shit and there's never any repercussion when it comes out that it's not true, we always got to look into it and just kind of back up and not be so quick to make a judgment, because the shit could be false, you feel me? So basically, Taylor said one day, while changing her clothes, and this is while she's his trainer, one day while changing her clothes, he bust in the room and began kissing her against his will. Now, of course, I would think if something like that happens and you didn't like the shit, regardless if you're getting paid or not, your attitude is going to be, I'm out of there. After you do that, I'm either file a police report, I'm file the lawsuit then or whatever, but I'm not going to continue working with you after some shit like that. But in this situation, she says less than a month after that first incident, they were watching a religious video together, because remember, supposedly they met during like a Bible study type setting in college. So even when they reconnected, they began to watch religious videos and pray together and all this. So she says, while they were watching a religious video together, he masturbated behind her and ejaculated on her back. You know what I'm saying? So that, I'm not, so she's saying that the nigga pulled out and, bust on her back. That kind of sounds a little far-fetched to me. And that's always been a thing I've thought about when you look at professional athletes and when they get accused of this type of behavior. I mean, with all the women at their leisure, everything they have available to them to actually do something like this to somebody doesn't make any sense, but whatever. So she went on to say that right after that incident, he sent her like some profanity-laced text messages, cussing her out, telling her she was a failed gymnast, she's a disgrace to little girls, all this kind of shit. But even after that, their relationship continued. They reconciled their relationship in May 2018, and she says that's when basically he pinned her down and raped her. So let's take a look at this shit, family. If we have all these incidents where a man, let's say he did this shit, where a man is showing you that he may be forceful, or a man is showing you that he may be willing to do some nasty sexual shit in front of you, why would you continually put yourself in a situation where you're around him? You see what I'm saying? So this shit kind of seems fishy to me. Now, also, it's important to note there's more to the story. There's important to note that she is saying she took a lie detector test, and the lie detector test proved that she was telling the truth. But in the same token, in the city supposedly where this shit took place, she didn't file a police report. In both of the cities where she claimed he raped her or sexually abused her, she didn't file a criminal complaint with any police department in those areas. So you telling me a man that you work for sexually assaults you and you don't go to the cops? That shit just don't make sense to me. Now, Brown hasn't said much about it, but he did release a report through his agent, but through his attorney as well, basically saying that they had consensual sex multiple times, and he feels like it's a money grab because she asked him to invest in like a business project that was $1.6 million, and he didn't agree to it. And he also says when she claims he raped her, when he pinned her down, quote unquote, and raped her, he's saying they had actually consensual sex 10 days after that incident. You know what I'm saying? So it's fucked up in our society that when things like this come out, we can't just believe the woman and say, you know what, she's saying this is what happened, that's what happened. But at this point, we'd be a goddamn fool to do that in this era where a woman can come out and say something like this happened. She can make this type of claim, and let's just say it's false. Won't shit happen to her. There won't be no jail time associated with it. Her name won't be slandered through the mud. None of that shit will take place. And I think because we have a society that allows that to go on, that sets the precedence for more women to continue to do this shit. Because let's just say she sued a man for $10 million, $5 million, whatever. For a lot of people, it's easier to just settle out of court opposed to actually going to trial. You'll end up spending more money that way. So sometimes you say, fuck it, I'll just give her $1 million, less than $1 million, whatever the case may be. Well, that's a plus for her. You see what I'm saying? So before we jump to canceling him and jump to assuming what actually took place, everybody should calm down. Give it a minute, see how all this shit play out, because like I said, in our society, all too often, we have women come out and say shit like this, and they're never held accountable, you feel me? So for more stories like this, please go to melanatedfathers.com, go to Melanated Fathers TV on YouTube. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when new videos drop. I'm out.